This is a video for the Fearless Audio S6, I believe this is called. I did a little preview video of this before. It's got 6-bounce armatures. It is built really, really well. It's got the finest or clearest that I've ever seen. Who cares? You know what? Some people care about graphs, other people care about build. Most people care a little bit about all of the things. So on the visual, as you can see, because you're looking at it, it's quite impressive. The handiwork of the people that put this together is very, very good. This company is partly based in Japan, I believe. I'll try to give more info as I receive it. These are Knowles and maybe Sonian drivers that are rebranded and covered with the name Fearless on the side of them, which is really cool. But according to the technical specs, they're using Knowles and Sonian or Knowles, or I gotta put a link to it. I'm not really sure. To be honest with you, I don't even care if it sounds good, but it does actually have brands inside of it. So build quality. As you can see, I've got Nobunaga 4.4, which I do with my best. I actually have another Nobunaga 4.4, which is running to my... This is going to the DM6, which is in a briefcase pretty much. I'll show you guys sometime. So this is... see if I can get out of here. This has a cover on it, which makes the touchscreen a little tougher to work with. On stuff that has a large, spacious presentation, everything appears to be accounted for. There's no missing micro details in a track like Foreplay, It's Been Such a Long Time, or On the Run, which was the song that was actually when we first started this video. All of the cues are perfect. The bass is good. It does not get in the way of the mids at all. This track in particular is for micro details and spatial cues. See if I can get this. No More, No More. Aerosmith. This is a DSD. Who cares? You know what? The more I play with DSDs and other files, the more I feel like this has more in the treble. And that's good when you have OCD. That's opinion though, can't prove it. But I like my DSDs. This is the piano, 20 hertz, 20 kilohertz. The piano covers the whole thing. Somebody who's a classical music lover pointed out my affinity and said I should do... there's some composers that do a lot of work pieces that are piano-centric, and that I should use that in my reviews, and I will consider that in the future. For now, we'll go with Aerosmith. It sounds fantastic. It's not misstepping anywhere yet. This is where this shines, but a lot of gear that's average to better does really good with this album because it was mastered very well. So there's some stuff that you like Neil Young that will expose crap, and there's other stuff like Fleetwood Mac which will sound exceptional on most everything. So using this as a test track, it just makes me happy to hear it. But it's even very average sets will sound quite good. And this is another DSF. Does it matter? Nah, I guess. I think it does. Blind Faith. This is not a fantastic recording, but it's a good recording, but it's very simple. It's got Ginger Baker, Eric Clapton, Steve Winwood, and the bassist whose name escapes me and most people. It's a 4-piece band, but I can't think of the bassist's name. But this is mostly a highlight of Eric Clapton and Ginger Baker. Ginger Baker's drumming on this is just really very, very cool. And there is a lot of micro details that you can get back if your source is good. And if you have a good... This is a vinyl rip, actually. Vocals sound really, 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 really nice. And I'm about to show you a graph that's as close to a harmony as you've ever seen in your life. Me anyway, that I've ever graphed. So does that curve reflect what is actually appealing? I think it does. If I were one of the people that took part in that blind, whatever they did, I probably would have come up with something similar to what some of these people did. I'm a music lover. I've been listening to music since I can remember. I learned how to read partly with the inner sleeve, the liner notes of Dark Side of the Moon. I've said this before, and all of the music was very negative and down, and the Pink Floyd said that was because it was like an anti-society kind of album, Money and all of that stuff. Welcome to the Machine was an anti-industry song, as was most of the album. Wish You Were Here, besides the nod to Syd Barrett. Getting back to this set, get lost in the music. The problem with this set is I've been listening to it so much, and every time I have to do something else for another set, I keep going back to this one, and it is substantially better sounding than anything I've got. This sounds a lot better than the Campfire Audio Solaris, and that cost over $1,000. This sounds a lot better than that, notably better than that. I'm not going to graft the Solaris because it's already been grafted, and mine is not different, and I'm using the same coupling system now that Critical uses. This song sounds amazing. Do I rec that you get this set? I think I'm being pretty clear, so I'm not gonna. Yeah, I do. This is Melissa. If you know the Allman Brothers, Eat a Peach. Nobody hit a peach truck and died. You can get on YouTube and see a guy that visited both spots where they both died, and it's within a mile of each other, and it's an amazing coincidence. Same town, one street over, and a couple streets sideways. One guy died. The first guy went around a corner, lost control, glanced the side of a bus or a truck, and then crashed. And then on the other road, the guy was coming down, and somebody pulled out with a truck, and he couldn't stop, and he hit the side of the truck. But it wasn't a peach truck. Didn't have any fruit in it, so this has nothing to do with the guy that died. This is Duane Allman, and he's very close to the mic. And sometimes sibilant sets can catch this. The name of it is Melissa, and he's close to the mic, and this is a good sibilant testing for that. If you're getting that strong S around 8, 9K, this will kind of expose that. This doesn't show that. It sounds very nice. This is really a vocal set to me. I think it is anyway. Thank you, Led Zeppelin. What a classic. Yeah. I have the entire discography on FLAC, and this is the cover that came on the discography. A song that doesn't sound great on a lot of stuff. As I've mentioned before, Led Zeppelin wasn't great with their masters on the original versions. Swan Song Records, and prior to that I think it was Atlantic. They weren't as good as, let's say, Pink Floyd, Fleetwood Mac. A lot of stuff I listened to was better than this, but the remaster is very good. They really did need to remaster this Led Zeppelin discography. And this is not the remastered version right here. This is the original one. It's just in the discography collection. This is something that doesn't sound good on a lot of sets, but it sounds very good on this set. Thank You by Led Zeppelin. You can check this online if you want. This is really hard. Something that I wouldn't. This is like exposing crap, this one. If Fleetwood Mac is something that is a crutch for average gear, then the hammer would be this song from this group, the not remastered version. This would make it sound flawed, because it's just not very kind. Let me move this to the side for a second. Got the mojo, you guys, back again for the third time. There's some stuff that's so good that you know when you let go of it that you're going to eventually get it back again. So I got the coupler. This is, I guess, industry supported or whatever. Let me go ahead and I'm going to put this in here. I'm using foam because the only way to really guarantee that you're getting a good seal is to foam it. And I'm going to put this coupler in a way so that the IM itself is not touching the ground or touching the table. And then go ahead and graph it. This is a Harmon curve. You can get a look at it and back up to it. Is this the Almighty? No. But it's pretty good. Let me freeze this. And let me take a moment to say thank you to Critical. There's some people in this hobby that are helpful, and there's some that are not. And he was quite helpful in helping me figure out what it was that he was doing, because I'm trying to contribute to the hobby, and he knows that. And the shade that I've thrown at him, it's in good fun. That looks nice, and it sounds better. So it makes my belief in the... I want sets that have different tuning because I want spikes sometimes. Like my EX1000s, I like that. I need that. I need unique sets because I need unique experiences, but sometimes I need stuff that is just pleasing and doesn't sacrifice anything in the process of that pleasure. The Fearless Audio S6 is... it sounds fantastic, it looks fantastic, and it graphs out really, really well. That's about as good as I've seen so far. And I didn't know until I finished this video. Who knows? I did graph it before I did this, but it's a funny thing. I've done stuff and they didn't turn out the same way the second time. So that was essentially live. And yeah, that's the real deal. Graphs, some people said, you know, please don't lean on graphs too much. Music is what this is all about. Remember, I'm the guy that was talking about showing you music to everybody a year and a half ago, and now there's some channels that are making a point to do that because I was ranting about it. So of course that's always a part of it, but this is also part of it. My ears are sometimes not catching stuff, and this doesn't lie. It doesn't have a grudge. It doesn't dislike the company. It doesn't have any agenda. It's just a line. Remember that. But it's an important one. It's more important for exposing problems. This is just really highlighting a non-problem. A very, very non-problem. And I'll let you go. Go ahead and take this out. This is Boss. This is absolutely my favorite set right now. If somebody said, what's the best thing it can get for under $1,000, I'd say this. I wouldn't know what to say over $1,000. The Empire Years Legend X would probably be my ultimate, like if you're going to spend big money. But if you're not going to spend $2,000 on a set IM, I would wreck this one over everything else. And if you think that, you know, you change your mind and, man, I got so much stuff. Of course there's going to be times when something's better than the next thing. That's the way it goes. I don't really like that I even have to bring that up, but some people get really involved and say, oh, I'm going to spend money again. Sorry, control your hobby, control your habit, and don't spend money if you don't think you need to. This is my personal favorite wreck. I think this is the best IM that I've had in my possession that comes out of China. It is better than the DM6 because it sounds better. That's it, and I'm out. Live on stage with hoes yelling my name. To be precise, ripping mics is the light of my life. You frontin' like you try for never.